Right. Have you made your
So
picks? Have you made your votes?
yeah, everything's.
I just had to double check because I had a feeling we'd get to the recording today and you'd be like, "Oh, I haven't voted yet."
Wow, you think so little of
I
me?
mean, what can I say? I was ready to fine you. You know,
I'm just here so I
becoming
won't get fined.
no, you're here to get fined if you didn't make your picks. But yeah, man, let's jump right into it. I never really know how to start these videos. We need like an official intro and name for next season. I feel like for the show. But welcome back to a special episode of our NFL Picks show. A very special postseason episode that should be going up maybe the day before the Super Bowl. I'm not too sure on the upload schedule. We should have a Super Bowl picks video going out. And this today, what you've clicked on, is our NFL honors predictions. There are 8 different categories up for grabs. And we are going to make our predictions today on who we think deserves it. I mean, debatable, all 5 people in each of these categories deserve it. Even some people who didn't get nominated for some of these categories, which we'll get into very shortly. But 8 categories, 8 winners. We're going to make our votes today. At the end of this episode, we should have a little Super Bowl trivia quiz to test mine and his knowledge. Let's do our intros. I forgot the intros again, bro. Yeah, you know what it is. Nameless, aka Billy Walters Jr. I'm about that action. 8 under the 9. That's an improper fraction. Talk to me nice. Lamar for MVP. I've spoiled one of my picks already. But I mean, I'm sure you could guess that just by seeing the jersey. On my left, we have representing the 49ers with his hat, as you can see.
Crab, young killer, whatever you'd like to call me. I'll take it all.
Young killer? Where did that one come from? Oh, man. I've just clocked that jersey you've got on. Is that Robin on the back?
Yeah.
2013 Bayern Munich?
Yeah.
Okay. I see the games he played.
Winner. The game winner as well, Robin.
I see the games he play. Officer Hoyt, this is training day. You actually look like Officer Hoyt as well, which is crazy. Anyway, down below me, representing the Packers.
Yeah, we got Qusic here. I'm gonna be testing these guys. He was doing it earlier this year, talking about ball. I'm seeing if they know Super Bowl. If you know what I'm doing there.
I see the games he play. I might write that one down. But yeah, I mean, we did have a section. When was that? That was in the playoffs or just before the playoffs. We had a section of the show called Do You Know Ball? And it was a little football trivia quiz. You know, I did scale the questions to each of your like knowledge.
I won.
Yeah. Key was getting like, who's the Cowboys wide receiver 1? And Q was like, who won the Super Bowl before it was called the Super Bowl in 1928? But yeah, hopefully he goes easy on us today with these quizzes. Because if you're new to the channel and you can't tell, me and Crab are not from America. My knowledge of previous Super Bowls ain't great.
What the flip?
But
what the flip, dude?
You've just offended so many people right there. If you are new,
I don't know, man. He fits right in.
If you are new though, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll find out when the next videos drop. Like I say, I'm not sure if our Super Bowl prediction is up yet, but make sure you check that video if it is. And if it's not, make sure you wait for it. And we're doing a top 10 list as well of our top 10 QBs, running backs, and wide receivers of the season. We might do some other positions if there is demand for it. But let's be real. Who wants to watch a top 10 cornerback video? Come on now. All the cornerbacks out there watching it, like, what do you say fuck me for?
Top 10 fullbacks.
Can't even name 10. You just want to say Kyle Juszczyk. You just... Let's jump in then to the NFL honors. There are 8 categories, like I say. You can see timestamps down below if you want to skip to a certain one, but just don't do that. Don't be lazy. Just watch the whole video. It helps us out with viewer retention. YouTube is all about watch time, so make sure you just watch the whole video to the end. We're going to start with the coaches. The first award, we're going to go with Assistant Coach of the Year, because I feel like this is the first one that people will skip by, because who really cares for real about coaches? But if you like the game of football and you like to get into the nitty-gritty details of the game, this is a big one. Nominees for Assistant Coach of the Year, we have Joe Brady, Offensive Coordinator from the Buffalo Bills. No relation, by the way, to Tom Brady. We have Vic Fangio, Defensive Coordinator for the Eagles. Brian Flores, Defensive Coordinator for the Vikings. Aaron Glenn, DC for the Lions. And then Ben Johnson, Offensive Coordinator for, again, the Lions. The Lions with 2 assistant coaches nominated there. Obviously a big season for them until the playoffs. Lions fans, I don't want to hear you say the words play or off. So, who wants to start with this thrilling category? Q, do you
I
want
can
to
go
take
ahead
it? Go
here.
for it.
Yeah, I think the award really comes down to two guys, in my opinion, and it's both the Lions guys because they both have done an excellent job all year. Ben Johnson has made one of the best offenses of this entire season. Aaron Glenn, even without all the pieces, like he hasn't had his full defense for damn near half the season, still racking up those wins, except in the playoffs. But but yeah, I think just this offense for the Lions this year has been incredible. They've been dropping 50 bombs left and right on guys, and for that, I think I'm gonna go with Ben Johnson for assistant coach of the year.
I like that pick. Key, what about you, bro? Who you taking for assistant coach of the year?
Yeah, for me too, it was about it was between the DC and the OC of the Lions. I went with Ben Johnson too. I think Aaron Glenn did a great job with what he had, with like the injuries and like whatever, people coming back, people going out, and the mix of matches that he had to put up with. But I just think that Lions offense was unbelievable all year. I think the best in the league, to be honest with you. I think they were unbelievable. I think they were so well rounded and getting everybody involved. They were great. So I think Ben Johnson deserves it.
Well, I like that pick, and I like that pick because I am also going with Ben Johnson. I did not expect, a resounding pick for the first category, but here we are. Few stats about Ben Johnson I just wanted to bring up. The Lions were the top ranked offense this year, 33.2 points per game. They set multiple records, including most 40-point games without any turnovers. That was 5. They had 5 40-point games with no turnovers. It's just ridiculous. The Lions had 6 games of 40-plus points. Became the second team in NFL history to produce 4 different players with 1,000 scrimmage yards, which is what Key was just mentioning. They're getting everyone involved. You obviously had Amon-Ra went for 1,000. Jahmyr Gibbs and Demo, David Montgomery, both went for 1,000. And Jameson Williams ended up with 1,000 yards too. Lions had 4 different players that went for 1,000 yards, which is just crazy. Some of the trick plays. I mean, if we want to talk about the playoffs, trick plays not really working out. J-Mo airing it out, throwing an interception. Crazy play call from Ben. But it is what it is, man. That Lions offense was so fun to watch this season, and Ben Johnson is now the head coach of the Bears. Talk about Aaron Glenn as well. He's got himself a head coaching job over at the Jets. I'm sorry to hear that, Aaron Glenn. But yeah, sorry, Jets fans, anyone watching. I mean, they probably won't be at this point. Do Jets fans exist? I don't know. But let me stop dogging on the Jets. Key, you good, bro? Oh, you were like froze then, bro? You were staring at me with like those SSRI eyes, bro? Like, I thought you... Nah, you good, you moving now? Yeah? Can you talk? You there?
Struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just struggling. I'm lagging. Sorry. I'm just.
Okay. No,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
not here.
The Lions have lost, obviously, their OC and their DC. Going to be interesting to see next season how the Lions get on with that. But moving on to Coach of the Year. First nominee is Dan Campbell from the Lions. Shout out to Dan Campbell, of course. How's he going to rebuild that coaching staff next season? It'll be interesting to see. Kevin O'Connell is the next nominee, of course, from the Vikings. Good season for them until the playoffs, a bit like the Lions. Sean Payton from the Broncos got his team into the playoffs. Again, a third team. We don't want to talk about their playoff run. Dan Quinn, head coach of the Washington Commanders. Good little playoff run for them. And final nominee for Coach of the Year is Andy the Goat Reid. Sorry, Coach Belichick. I don't know why I called him the GOAT. But yeah, Coach Andy Reid is the last nominee. Q, who you taking for Coach of the Year?
I mean, I'm still kind of deciding, honestly, because there are just so many good categories here. We talk about Dan Quinn. Nobody thought there was like no chance in hell that the Commanders were going to make the playoffs, let alone go to the conference championship game. Kevin O'Connell did a great job with the Vikings, pretty much all on his own. I mean, Brian Flores has been incredible, but he didn't have the help that Dan Campbell had with both of his guys being nominated for Assistant Coach of the Year. But at the same time, I think I was still leaning Dan Campbell. You've seen how great of a leader he is. He's definitely had a great support system around him. but he was the only guy on the NFC side to reach 15 wins. And I think that's going to be a big part of who gets the win here. So I'm leaning towards Dan Campbell.
I like it. I'm 50-50 for my pick, honestly. I'm currently between Dan Quinn and Andy Reid. I mean, looking at the Chiefs, obviously they didn't have the best of years statistically wise in terms of putting up points. You know, they didn't score over 30 in the regular season, but they still finished 16-1. You take away that last game against the Broncos because they obviously rested everyone. I just think, like, even into the playoffs now, I know this is regular season awards, but still, like, obviously Spags is the GOAT on that defensive side, but there's just something about the Chiefs. They just feel professional. They feel just well coached, better than everyone else, you know? And I think especially with the Bills game, again, I'm talking postseason here, but they were out coached, the Bills, you know? This is just experience, class. But at the same time, actually, because this is a regular season award too. In fact, yeah, because it's a regular season award, I want to go Dan Quinn, but that's mainly for the playoffs. Fuck it, I'm going Dan Quinn. Shout out to the Commanders, shout out to JD5, you know that's my guy. MVP for next season. And yeah, man, I'm taking Dan Quinn. I don't think... I wouldn't be mad to see Coach Andy Reid get it, though, because that's, you know what I mean, greatness. But yeah, I'm yapping now. Key, who you taking for Coach of the Year?
Mine was also a 50-50 between Dan Campbell and Dan Quinn. I think obviously Dan Campbell, like you said, is a amazing leader. I feel like Kevin O'Connell with the Vikings. I feel like the Vikings were great, but the team's great. I feel like the same with Sean Payton. Like the Broncos they're a good team. He elevated them to be like a better team, whereas. Like an Andy Reid, obviously Andy Reid's the Chiefs. Like he's unbelievable. Like he's one of the GOATs. But I just feel like the Chiefs, they do it every year, so it's not like
yeah. Well, who's in charge of the Chiefs every year? Who do you think makes that happen? That's the head coach, bro. The head coach is the one who instills the discipline, the culture.
See, but with Dan Quinn, it was like he had an okay team and he made it. Like he led them. Him and JD5 led them to be like this great playoffs team. So I'm picking Dan Quinn, yeah.
Good stuff, man. So that's the coaches out the way. Let's get into the player picks. We'll start with the rookies then. Let's do it in like reverse order, I guess, in terms of importance, because like I said before, we want the most watch time that we can to get the most revenue out of the videos that we can. So we're going with Defensive Rookie of the Year first. Now, just before we started recording this video, I said to the boys, I don't give a damn who wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. So I'm going to pick Jared Verse. I think Jared Verse had a good season. He's the most memorable player, I think, on this list for me. Quinyon Mitchell's a rookie. Wait, hold on. I've just realized I forgot to read the nominees. Let me double back. Quinyon Mitchell's a rookie. Damn. I thought he was like a second, third year, bro. All right. We've got Cooper DeJean from the Eagles, obviously nickel cornerback. We've got Braden Fisk, defensive end from the LA Rams. Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback from the Eagles. Chop Robinson, linebacker for the Dolphins. And Jared Verse, pass rusher, outside linebacker for the LA Rams. I said give me Jared Verse.
Can we pause for 1 second?
Yeah, for sure. He's getting fined when he gets back.
If he gets back.
Bro, I did not know Quinyon Mitchell was a rookie.
I mean, we're pausing at this point. That's who I had winning it.
Yeah, because honestly, I looked at it and I know Key's going to pick Cooper DeJean. I know he is.
The cracker.
He should put his Nick Bosa jersey on before he does it. I'm actually gonna say that. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Wait there. If he comes back in a Cooper DeJean jersey, imagine. Oh man.
Have you heard the song about him?
Yes, I heard it a time ago.
Cooper DeJean is not a safety.
Yes, yeah. With his college highlights.
Sorry, boys, I'm back. I'm here.
It's all good. We thought you were having a little outfit change there, but I guess not. All right, so
Nando's.
Defensive Rookie of the Year nominees. We'll run through them real quick. We have Cooper DeJean. Sorry, this guy's bugging. This guy's getting fined. I'll run through the nominees in full screen while we wait for our co-host to get back. Cooper DeJean, nickel cornerback for the Eagles. Braden Fisk, defensive end for the LA Rams. Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback for the Philadelphia Eagles. Chop Robinson, linebacker for the Dolphins. And Jared Verse, linebacker pass rusher for the LA Rams. Rams with 2 rookies on here. Eagles with 2 rookies on here. While we wait for our other co-host to come back, Q, I'll throw it to you, bro. In fact, should we wait for him to get back? Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
You're getting fined in the morning. Fined in the morning. You're getting fined in the morning. Q, take it away, bro. Who you taking defensive rookie of the year?
All right. Well, in my completely unbiased opinion, it's got to be Edgerrin Cooper. I mean, he has just been exceptional for the Packers all year. Media's just not seeing it yet because he didn't make the finals. So in that case, I'm going to have to go to the next best guy, in my opinion, Quintanamo Bay, Quinyon Mitchell. He's been crazy good as a rookie. He's definitely earned that nickname in a few games. And, man, 2 Eagles defensive backs on this list already as rookies. They're going to be scary in the deep end of the defense for a long time here. So not super excited about that, but just great players over there. Quinyon Mitchell's my pick.
Ain't that a fact? Like I say, 2, obviously there's only 5 nominees, 2 from the Eagles, 2 from the Rams. Crazy little spread of the votes there. I don't actually know how the finalists get picked. Is it from votes and then they vote again? Like, I don't even know how these get picked, if I'm being for real.
I'm not 100% sure either.
Yeah. Key, who have you got though for defensive rookie of the year?
I have the guy with his own song. Cooper DeJean is not a safety. I think he's been great. I think he's been great this season. I think he's been class. You know, I had them to get an interception in, I think it was like week 18 or something like that. I think he's been great. I think he's challenged their best player. I think, like, each team he's played. I think, what was it? I can't even think because I'm hungry. What's it called, man?
What? Give me a hint. I'll help you.
It was the game that I said he was going to get an interception.
That was against the Rams when he played against Cooper Kupp.
He dropped an int. Like, he could have got it and he dropped it. Did you see it?
I can't remember that far back, to be honest. But yeah,
well,
I'm with you though.
God.
You'll see why we're laughing, by the way, Key, once you see the actual video. When you went to get your food, I said he's 100% picking Cooper DeJean, and you came back and picked Cooper DeJean. And I said I thought you were going to change into your Nick Bosa jersey, and that would be your reason for picking him. But that's getting cut.
Interesting that you picked the one white guy on the list. But,
I am going to go to give a bit of diversity in the list. No pun intended. I'm going to go with Jared Verse. I think he had a great season. I didn't watch too much of the Rams, I can't lie. All I saw of the Rams was when I was watching my bets and they were selling every time. I'm like, damn, what is going on over there? But then when I did actually watch the Rams, I was like, they've got a serious pass rush, which I didn't even realize. And even into the playoffs, again, I know this is a regular season award, but the playoffs still counts, bro. I don't care. Jared Verse dropped Sam Darnold a few times, then went and dropped Jalen Hurts on his head a few times. So I love a pass rusher. You know, I used to play defensive end when I was a bit younger, when I played American football. So I do always have a bias towards, defensive ends or outside linebacker type players, just pass rushers. So yeah, shout out to the DBs, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell. I did not know Quinyon Mitchell was a rookie. I said that before, and that's just a testament to how good he was this season. Because the way that guy was playing, I thought he was, at least 2 years into the league, bro. So maybe Quinyon Mitchell, I might lean that way, but I'm picking Jared Verse. Give me Jared Verse. Moving on to the other side of the ball, we have Offensive Rookie of the Year. A few snubs in here I want to talk about, but let's read out the nominees first and foremost. We do have Brock Bowers, tight end for the Las Vegas Raiders. Jaden Daniels, JD5, quarterback for the Washington Commanders. Malik Neighbors, wide receiver for the New York Giants. Bo Nix, quarterback for the Broncos. And Brian Thomas Jr., wide receiver for the Jags. In our last video, we did some bold predictions for next season, and I said the Jags were going to go, what did I say, 2-15? I forgot that boy Brian Thomas was over there. They definitely not going 2-15 with him out there. He is a special talent. But Q, who are you taking for Offensive Rookie of the Year? And any nominees that haven't been noticed in the top 5 that you want to talk about?
I think they did a decent job with the top 5 this year. I think I've been looking down the list, and it's Brock Bowers in any other year. JD5 has been incredible this year. One of, if not the greatest rookie season a quarterback has ever had. We talk about we don't want to make it a playoff award, but it's going to get put into consideration no matter what. Making it all the way to the conference game as a rookie is no small feat. Like I said, Brock Bowers has been amazing this year. I think he was the one. Maybe I'm lying. Put the Senator meme up. It was either him or Kyle Pitts that finally broke Mike Ditka's rookie receiving yards as a tight end record, which has stood since like 60 years ago at this point.
I think Bowers broke Kyle Pitts' record for most receptions for a rookie tight end. I think it was.
Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. But it was a record-breaking year for him, is what I'm trying to say. And it's just been incredible. And like I said, almost any other year, Brock Bowers is winning it. But with JD5 coming in this year, it's going to him.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, with Quinyon Mitchell, you wouldn't think these guys were rookies the way some of them were playing. You know, I think, was it Nick Sirianni that said Jaden Daniels is only a rookie quarterback by his birth certificate? Like, he's not a rookie quarterback by film. When you look at his film, even Brock Bowers, you wouldn't think he was a rookie with that hairline. But it's that's, I don't know if we should go there. We're not bringing in a man's appearance to it, but yeah, this whole list, bro. Like, even Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas, those boys, bro, nasty receivers. And credit to Neighbors and Thomas, they've had to play with different quarterbacks this year. I think Neighbors went through like 3 or 4 different quarterbacks. You know, Thomas, of course, with that injury to Trevor Lawrence, then had to play with different QBs too. So, but then they still went out there and put on shows. Bo Nix made the list. I'm still not sold on Bo Nix, I can't lie to you. I need to see more from him. I would have maybe liked to see Lad McConkey on here. I'm a bit biased towards Lad McConkey. He's a dog. But like you said, I think they've got the finalists right. And honestly, if you go back in our NFL picks videos, I think it was like week 14 was when I found out about Lad McConkey because we were laughing about his name. And that was when I found out about him. And since then, I watched him pretty much every week. And I was like, this guy's got it. You know, even in the playoffs. And again, we don't want to say the words play or off. But he went for like, what, 196 or something? 176 against the Texans. And I guess he was the only weapon that the Chargers do have, but still, you've got to fire still, even when you are that only weapon. And he definitely fired on all cylinders this year, as did the rest of the rookies on this list. But for me, again, if you're a fan of the channel, a fan of our videos, you've been watching for a while, you already know who I'm picking. It's JD5. That's my guy. He's just, we spoke before about Dan Quinn and what he's done with the Commanders this year, but it's also JD5, bro. Put the team on his back, led them to the playoffs. You know, JD5, man. But I do feel bad for Brock Bowers' record-breaking year and to not, you know, especially with the Raiders. Speaking about people who've played with different QBs too, at the motherfucking Raiders, bro, to do what he was doing, that output's crazy. With Aiden O'Connell in the backfield. Yeah, I'm going JD5. Key, who you got? Offensive Rookie of the Year.
So you guys have summed it up perfectly to the way I would have. Like you said, Brock Bowers, historical year for him. He's done this and that. Malik Neighbors was the same. They were fighting for most receptions by a rookie in a year, I believe.
Went down to week 18, yeah.
It was just literally back and forth and back and forth. Obviously, Brock Bowers has been great. Malik Neighbors has been great. Brian Thomas Jr. has been great. Obviously, Bo Nix got. You're a bit of a hater of him, but I think he was great too. I think he led them.
I just think he was carried by his defense. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I guess. But obviously, if JD5 weren't here, Brock Bowers would have won it. But because JD5 is here, and he's been great, he's led his team to the playoffs and a big win over the Lions. I think he deserves it. Actually, I don't know if you guys know this. I read this the other day. JD5 practices on VR.
Yeah. So do I.
With the 1.75
different sport though.
Speed.
Sorry. Say that again, Key, because I'll cut that take. Sorry.
Don't know if you guys know, but JD5 actually plays like VR like he trains in VR and he trains on 1.75 times speed. So he says that when he's playing,
Hmm.
like the whole game slows down because obviously he's
That's
used to it
fire.
being so fast.
That
And
is fire.
that was unbelievable to me. I couldn't imagine it.
You know, that's like when you watch a YouTube video in 2 times speed and then you put it back to normal. It's like, damn, these people are speaking so slow. 3 votes there for JD5. I thought you might have leaned towards Malik Neighbors, low key. Me and Key have a friend in real life who is a Giants fan, and I'm sure he's looking forward for next season to see what Neighbors can do with whoever's throwing him the ball. I don't even know who's going to be throwing him the ball next year. Somebody. And as long as they can get it in his vicinity, he's going to make that catch. So, question. Will Michael Penix count as a rookie next year? Because didn't Ben Simmons get rookie of the year, but it wasn't his rookie season?
Was
this type shit, does it not
season.
count like that? I thought maybe Michael Penix might have been it because it was his first year as a starter, but okay, never mind. I'm trying to reach for a reward to my boy, you know?
I don't know why the NBA does that, because I've noticed, like, the NFL is more, like, matter of fact about that.
Yeah.
Like, if you get injured as a rookie, tough shit, better luck next year, get a different award, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and then the NBA's like, rookie of the year, he's 32 years old. Like, damn, who invited Unk?
I'm like, why is Chet Holmgren in rookie of the year talks with Wembanyama?
Unk of the year, it should be called next time. Oh, it reminds me of that time I was in uni. I just started uni, I was 18. And there was a little icebreaker session on day 1 of like, speak to the person next to you, like break the ice, get you involved in uni. And the guy had the same hairline as Brock Bowers. And then he told me that he was 28. I was like, damn, 10 years older than me, and we were in the same course, same class, day 1. Like, you know what I mean? But he was like the size of an old lineman too. He was like 6'7", 300 pounds. Brock Bowers' hairline. I should have known that he wasn't 18. I would have been concerned if he was 18. If you're watching this video, by the way, bro, shout out to you. I don't remember your name, but I hope you graduated and all of that. But anyway, let's get back to what we're here to do, and that's vote for the NFL honors. The next category is going to be Comeback Player of the Year. Now, I did put in the Discord when I sent the boys the votes what exactly Comeback Player of the Year meant. Let me read out the nominees first. We have Joe Burrow. I'm smoking on Joe Burrow.
You got a cigar of your own, I see.
Yeah, I'm smoking the Joe Burrow.
You smoking on the Joe Burrow.
I'm smoking on the Joe Burrow.
From the Cincinnati Bengals, of course, everyone knows Joe Burrow. We've got Sam Darnold, QB for the Minnesota Vikings. J.K. Dobbins, running back from the Chargers. Christian Gonzalez, cornerback from the New England Patriots. I'm Christian Gonzalez.
I'm Tony Gonzalez, University of California.
And we've got Damar Hamlin, safety for the Buffalo Bills. So just judging by the list, Comeback Player of the Year, like the comeback can range from anywhere between nearly dying and playing for the Jets. So, I mean, basically on the same level. I mean, look at Aaron Rodgers. He's gone there to they've sent him out to the pastures. But anyway, the Comeback Player of the Year. Who you going with, Q?
Joe Burrow. It's as easy as that, man.
Smoking on Joe Burrow.
He was injured last year, put up an MVP performance. Statistically, despite the team around him not doing the best, especially when it comes to the defensive side. But, oh my goodness, just the year that he's had has been incredible. And with even like an average defense, this team's in the playoffs, potentially even competing right now. He's been that good. But, yeah, I think I'm going to go Joe Burrow, easily Comeback Player of the Year for me.
I'm going Joe Burrow too. That's my guy. I really fuck with Joe Burrow. I fuck with the swag that he plays with. He's obviously had great weapons, at least on the offensive side. That defensive side, but then saying that, we'll get to one of their defensive players soon. So it's just crazy that, you know, they are where they are, given that they've had the guy with the most sacks in the league, the receiver with the most receiving yards, Triple Crown, and the quarterback with the most touchdowns and yards, and they didn't make the playoffs. First time in history that's ever happened. It's absolutely crazy to see, but yeah, I already messed with Joe Burrow. I fuck with the guy, his play and his swag on the field. But then recently, I watched the in-season Hard Knocks with the AFC North. Obviously, being a Ravens fan, that was a great watch for me. But seeing that behind-the-scenes stuff too, and just seeing like more of Joe Burrow's personality, I just fuck with the guy. I fuck with the Bengals. Not really, because I'm obviously AFC North and whatever, but Jamar Chase, bro, I know we're not talking about him right now, but what a guy he is. If you've seen the Hard Knocks AFC North, just what a guy. And Joe Burrow, Batman himself. He bought a Batmobile, by the way, if you didn't know that.
was about to say
because
that.
he's got fuck you money. So yeah, I'm picking Joe Burrow. I'm smoking on Joe Burrow. Keith, I can't stop saying that. Please take the mic before I say it again.
So when I read the finalists, I completely skipped over Joe Burrow. I didn't even realize he was on it. I don't know how I've done that.
He's only
So
the
I've
top name on the
obviously
list.
I know I've put Damar Hamlin because he basically died, but I would like to change my answer to Joe Burrow. I'm a big Joe Burrow fan. That's my guy.
Mm.
With that defense and just a terrible team apart from him, T and Chase, and obviously Jameer. Yeah, I think he was unbelievable. I think he's in the running for MVP for me. But yeah, Joe Burrow.
Joe,
Can
but
people win two? Can people win two medals?
yeah, you can win.
Yeah.
Like if you're nominated, you can win it. What did J.K. Dobbins come back from? Was that injury too?
I think injury. Yeah.
I know
was also gonna
Christian Gonzalez was injured, but
Yeah, I was going to bring up a point too. I think I shit on the NBA a little bit about how they deal with Rookie of the Year conversations, but one thing that they do right is they have like the most improved player and then like comeback player of the year. I think the NFL needs to do that because what happened last year with the DeMar situation and Joe Flacco did play pretty well, but I don't think even that performance was worthy of comeback player of the year. DeMar fucking died. And like, are we not stressing that enough? This man died and came back to play football the next season. If that's not comeback player of the year type shit, I don't know what is. And they're like, oh, this guy was ass, and then he was slightly less ass to above average. Yeah, there you go. So, hell, it feels like DeMar Hamlin has a better chance to win it this year than he did when he fucking died, but what do I know, man? What do I know?
yeah, I mean, it's funny seeing Sam Darnold on here because literally the same thing. He went from the Jets to the Vikings. Obviously got that starting role because
Was he at the Jets before the Vikings?
was he? Was there?
He had a couple stops.
Oh, was it?
He's
Well,
at
I
the
thought he went
Panthers
straight
and
from.
then the Niners.
I was gonna say, wasn't
Oh
he?
yeah, he was.
Didn't he go from being back up at the Niners to the Jet to the thing going? Sorry, the Vikings.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was on the Panthers at one point too.
Yeah, no, I
He was on the
completely forgot
Panthers
about
with
all of
Baker
his steps.
Mayfield.
You see, Sam Darnold to me, he's a dual threat quarterback. He's good and terrible. So I don't really follow him too tough. But at the same time, yeah, I mean, I could probably do his numbers, bro. If you gave me Jay Jettis, Jordan Addison, T.J. Hawkinson, Naylor, Jones.
Hardly know her. Sorry.
Oh, that's
I was
crazy.
gonna say the
That's
same.
crazy.
I had to withhold from that one.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, we've spoke about Sam Darnold many times on this channel. I called him a bum a few weeks ago. Infamous clip where I called him a bum and then he dropped 5 touchdowns the next game. But still, bro, he didn't uplift that team, put the team on his back like someone like Joe Burrow did. I know Joe Burrow had the Triple Crown winner, but still, amazing player. Sam Darnold shit the bed when it mattered in the playoffs. And yeah, I mean, you've got those weapons, bro. You can put anyone there. Brock Purdy would go out there and do those numbers. I was just waiting. I was just waiting for a reaction from him. But yeah, man. So we're all picking Joe Burrow. Let's move on to the. I can't stop saying his name like that. Patrick Mahomes Sr., you have started something that I can't get over. Let's move into then the top 3 categories that everyone wants to know about. We'll start with Defensive Player of the Year. Q, who do you think had the best D this season?
Oh man, there were a lot of guys with an incredible D this year, but I'm not gonna lie.
Hold on. Were you trying to interrupt there, or were you voting for yourself?
I was voting for me.
Oh, get out of here, bro. You're getting fined again for interrupting. Q, who you got?
Crab wins the Shrimp of the Year award.
Comeback Player of the Year award. Oh man.
I was between 2 here. I was between Pat Surtain II and Trey Hendrickson. Trey has had an incredible year, but I think PS2 gets the vote for me. He's just been great all year. I think he's only allowed 2 touchdowns this year, which like across all the snaps he played across 17 games, only messing up twice really. That's pretty good in my opinion. He's got 4 picks to go along with it, and he's also become one of those guys. I'm trying to look. There's not a lot of stats because guys just aren't throwing at him. It's that kind of thing where he's become such a threat on the outside. He can eliminate some of these receivers out of the game entirely, and I think in my opinion, eliminating a top target is more effective than being a great pass rusher. Because if you eliminate the best target, they have other guys they can go to, but you're still talking about the best people in the game are being shut down by this guy. So I think that is what puts PS2 at the top for me.
Yeah, I mean, I've just straight away think about when they played against the Broncos, that Week 18 game, where Joe Burrow and T. Higgins were abusing Riley Moss. You know, PS2 was getting no targets with Jamar Chase over there, and they were just putting belt to arse on Riley Moss. I felt bad for the guy by the end of the game. But yeah, Key, who you got for Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, so I also took PS2. I seen a clip of Deion Sanders talking. He was talking about Travis Hunter, and an interviewer or reporter, whatever, asked him, like, is he worried about, or like teams are worried about Travis's like interceptions and like defensive stats, and he summed it up perfect when he said, the more stats on defense that the player has, the more times he was targeted. So like PS2 doesn't have like many stats because, like Q said, he wasn't targeted very often because he's that good. And like you said, he was taking potentially the best wide receiver in the league currently out of the game, to the point where, like you said, he was abusing the other defender. But yeah, I think PS2 clear winner.
Yeah, it's such a tough category, I think, because all the players on here are so different. You know, you got Zach Bourne. Did I even read the nominees? I don't think I did.
I don't think so.
I didn't read the
Oh, no.
nominees. I'll edit this in. I won't.
He's fucked it.
No, I'll cut it.
He's
So
a big fat phony.
This guy's a phony.
okay, now you're both getting fined. The nominees for Defensive Player of the Year. Wait, hold up now. The nominees, by the way, for Defensive Player of the Year, we have Zach Bourne from the Eagles, linebacker. Myles Garrett, defensive end from the Cleveland Browns. Trey Hendricks. Oh! The nominees, by the way, for Defensive Player of the Year. Oh my god, this guy stinks. The nominees for Defensive Player of the Year are Zach Bourne, linebacker, Eagles. I'm having to read this slowly because I've messed it up 3 times. Myles Garrett, defensive end for the Browns. Trey Hendrickson, defensive end for the Bengals. Pat Surtain II, cornerback for the Broncos. And TJ Watt, outside linebacker for the Steelers. Well, I got that out finally. And my vote
First
for this
try.
one, first try. First try. It's like when I beat a boss on Elden Ring, it's first try. Yeah, I mean, this is such a tough vote for me. Zach Bourne, I think he might have led the league in tackles. That might have been made up. I think I've just made that the fuck up, but still.
Nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Zach Bourne, that whole Eagles defense, I mean, we've just mentioned 2 of the rookies. Now we're talking about Zach Bourne. I'm a big fan as well of Nakobe Dean. I've mentioned him a few times in our videos before. Obviously, with that 3-4 defense running the 2 inside linebackers, Bourne and Dean, them 2 is appearing so solid this year. The Eagles defense as a whole unit has just been great. But like Zach Bourne does a completely different job to someone like Myles Garrett, who can get to the QB, rush him, tackle him for loss, you know, with a sack. Same with Trey Hendrickson. So it's so tough. And obviously TJ Watt playing that outside linebacker can drop back into coverage or rush the passer and make things happen. And then PS2, as Q and Key mentioned, shutting down receivers. So it's such a tough like category to vote for because they all deserve it, pretty much, these guys, you know, because they all do a different job in disrupting offenses. But there can only be one winner. And I'm going to have to go with Pat Surtain. I know that Trey Hendrickson obviously led the league in sacks. Myles Garrett was right up there too. But at the end of the day, like, it's so tough to blame like one player. A bit like we'll talk about soon with the MVP race. It's so tough to like blame one player for their whole unit. But like, it was the Bengals defense which let the team down. The offense scored so many points, but the defense let them down. It's not Trey that's letting them down because he had the most sacks this year, but even still, I don't know if you can vote for a defensive player of the year when it was his team's defense that cost his team to make the playoffs type shit, you know what I mean? And like, obviously voting for Myles Garrett probably deserves it, but then the Browns stink too. But I mean, I know he's won it twice already, I want to say, Myles Garrett, or at least he's won it one time for sure. I know. I wouldn't be mad to see any of these players get it. I'd love to see, by the way, 3 AFC North players on here. Myles Garrett, Hendrickson, and TJ Watt. Where's the Ravens defense, bro? You know what I mean? Where's the Ravens defense representation? No Kyle Hamilton? Okay, fuck me then. No Kyle Van Noy? Okay, fuck me then. No Kyle. I don't think there's any more Kyles, but I just thought there might have been a third. Even Raquan Smith, bro. I want to see the top sack leaders, and not sack leaders, tackle leaders in the league. I swear he's up there. But yeah, I'm going PS2, bro. Like the presence he has on the pitch, undeniable. Broncos made the playoffs this year, unlike the Bengals, and the defense was definitely part of that. I wouldn't have even minded seeing Nick Bonito on here. I think he had a great season as well for the Broncos. A bit like the Eagles, their whole defensive unit just so solid. Such like a tough competition. And we're going to get now into an even tougher competition. It's going to be Offensive Player of the Year. The nominees are Saquon Barkley. They got Saquon Barkley at the Eagles. Saquon Barkley, running back for the Eagles. I love that video so much, by the way, of the Commanders fan.
Saquon Barkley. I swear, Saquon Barkley is the best. We survived the Giants, and now the Eagles got Saquon Barkley. Lord have mercy, man.
I'm smoking on Joe Burrow. We've got Joe Burrow from QB for the Bengals. Sorry, I'll just read them out normally now. Jamar Chase, wide receiver for the Bengals. Derrick Henry, running back for the Ravens. And Lamar Jackson, quarterback from the Ravens too. Offensive Player of the Year. Key, I'll start with you, bro. You got 2 players from the Bengals, 2 from the Ravens, 1 from the Eagles. Who you picking, bro?
See, this is probably the hardest one, I think. The hardest fan list to pick. I think Saquon, obviously unbelievable. It's obviously between him and Derek for the best running back in the league. Joe Burrow, I don't want to spoil it, but my MVP. Obviously Jamar. Well, I spoiled it, but
no, Jamar. Oh, sorry. I thought you were coming at me then.
Insults. Jamar stinks. Jamar, obviously triple crown. Jamar, Derek, and then Lamar, MV3, unbelievable.
Say it again.
It's
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't know. I feel I hate going first because I like the guys swaying my opinion.
You should have been voted already.
Purely, well, I've voted, but I'm gonna go Saquon. I'm gonna pick Saquon. It's like last year where it was like I hate to be that Niners fan, but CMC being up there in the MVP votes and also being there in the Offensive Player of the Year, and then CMC gets Offensive Player and then Lamar gets MVP. So I think it's going to happen again. I think it's going to be a QB that gets MVP, and I think it's going to be Saquon that gets the Offensive Player of the Year.
Interesting thing to note, by the way, before we finish our picks. In the Offensive Player of the Year and the Defensive Player of the Year, 10 finalists, 7 coming from AFC North teams. Best division in football. Q, who's your pick?
I mean, I'm right there with you, Crab. It's been a trend so many years now where quarterback wins MVP, Offensive Player of the Year is, okay, who's the best non-quarterback in the league? Probably going to continue that trend, and best non-quarterback, I should say, by a long shot this year has been Saquon Barkley. He's completely transformed their offense. We saw it last year. They were 10-1, and then went on a 6-game skid. First round exit, just completely no show from their offense. He's completely turned it around, took them to the Super Bowl, put up MVP like numbers. He's definitely easily my Offensive Player of the Year.
It's interesting, this category. Like you said, it normally goes to a non-QB and the MVP is the QB. But if we're taking it literally, how can you be the MVP and not be the Offensive Player of the Year? Because if you're the most valuable player in the league, then you should also probably be the best offensive or defensive player, whichever side you play on. Being like devil's advocate, picking out the literal like stats of it. It's like with the All Pro team. Obviously, no QB has ever been first team All Pro and not won MVP, which is why everyone thinks Lamar's going to win it before the votes are announced, because Lamar was first team MVP. It wouldn't make sense to put Josh Allen second team MVP and then Josh Allen second team All Pro, and then go ahead and win the MVP award, because then shouldn't he be first team? A bit similar here, but I do think Saquon's going to win this. His stats nearly broke the record for the most yards in one season. I spoke to the boys in our last video when we made our Super Bowl picks, talking about how Saquon, his touchdown numbers could be even higher if the Eagles didn't run that stupid ass tush push play. We had an interesting debate, by the way, in our Super Bowl video about the tush push play. So if you want to see that, make sure you check that video out. It should be live on the channel either already, or maybe next time I upload, it'll be in that one. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, man, I think Joe Burrow, amazing. Jamar Chase, triple crown. Derrick Henry, obviously that's my guy, and you saw what he did this year. Dominant runner, but if any running back going to win it, I think it'll be Saquon. And Lamar's in here, but he's also in the MVP votes. So, I wouldn't be mad if any of these guys won it, but I do think Saquon should get this. And obviously we're recording this before the Super Bowl. NFL honors is before the Super Bowl. This is, of course, again, a regular season award, so playoffs don't really matter, but Saquon could go ahead and be a Super Bowl winner at the end of this season. So, who knows? I am going to pick Saquon, though. Did I say that? I'm picking Saquon Barkley. He's picked Saquon Barkley. Anyway, I love that video. Moving on then to the final category, which again, like the points I've just made, it's interesting to see some guys in this vote that aren't in the Offensive Player of the Year vote, and vice versa. We have Josh Allen, quarterback for the Bills, Saquon Barkley, running back for the Eagles. I said it normal that time. Joe Burrow, I'm not saying that one normal though, quarterback for the Bengals. And we have Jared Goff, quarterback for the Detroit Lions. And of course, finishing off the nominees for the finalists, Lamar Jackson, quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens. Q, we'll start with you this time, bro. Who you picking for your league MVP for the 2024 season?
Well, it's not that polar bear in Arlington, Texas, Jared Goff, that's for sure. He had a good year, but not close to any of these other guys, in my opinion.
He's not even the best QB in the NFC.
Yeah,
in my opinion. I mean, we do have a top 10 QBs video coming out soon on the channel, and you can see who our picks are for the best quarterback in each division, NFC and AFC, by looking at our lists. But for me, he's top 2 in the NFC after this season, but he's not top 1. Q, who you got for MVP? My bad for interrupting.
You're good. All these guys have had incredible seasons. Saquon Barkley putting up like record-breaking numbers. Joe Burrow would be MVP if he had a defense this year. Even PR, man. Like, he has had a lot of PR, like I said, but he's also played incredible this year. But there's no way in hell that I'm voting against a more than 10-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. First team All-Pro. Talk him up all you want. Lamar Jackson has been him this year for sure. I don't think you replace 10-to-1 touchdown interception ratio with any of these guys, really. So I'm going Lamar, MV3 loading up, and we'll see at this point in his career if he can keep that going. MV4, MV5, like LeBron, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. But yeah, still a long way to go for that.
Key?
So yeah, Lamar's my pick.
Yeah. I like that pick. As you might be able to tell. Key, who are you taking though?
I'm taking the guy who led in passing yards, led in touchdowns. He was 3rd in overall quarterback rating. Joe Shiesty, my guy, Joey B. I think if you're taking it from a literal sense of who's the most valuable player to their team, I think there's nobody more valuable in the league, like in these 5, than Joe Burrow. I think Lamar, best quarterback in the league. Yeah, best quarterback in the league, but like...
That wasn't like you, by the way. I heard a plane outside, bro. I thought it was about to land in my house. That was loud as fuck. Did you hear
I
that?
heard that too.
Bro,
Yeah.
I thought he was about to land on the drive or something. I'm like, that's not a runway, bro. But sorry, lad, go on.
But yeah, I think from like a literal sense, I think Joe Burrow's the most valuable player out of the 5. I think without Joe Burrow, I know they didn't make the playoffs anyway, but they put up a late push, they put up everything that they had, and obviously they came short. But I think none of that blame's on Joe Shiesty, and he's my pick for MVP.
I'm not mad at the reasoning, but to play devil's advocate with that, you know, you have a Triple Crown winner, Jamar Chase, and obviously it's Joe Burrow's thrown him the ball. So how much of the Triple Crown is attributed to Joe Burrow? But still, look at what Sam Darnold did this year with the Vikings. Sam Darnold, dual threat quarterback. He's good and terrible. He has great weapons out there that made him look good. And then when it was time for Sam to play, like in the playoffs, looked terrible. So you have Jamar Chase, you have T. Higgins, you have Chase Brown, a great running back who's also good at receiving the ball, catching it, and before this guy starts laughing. So my argument is you could take Joe Burrow out, put a different QB in there, who's obviously still good. You know, you don't want to put in Will Levis or somebody of that nature, you know what I mean? You don't want to put...
Like a Brock Purdy level.
Oh,
yeah, you put
man,
Brock Purdy in that team, he might do the same numbers. I don't think he leads. You put Dak in there, he does great numbers, and they go to the playoffs. Well, no, because it was the defense that let them down. But still, yeah. The point is, you have 2 or like 3. You have amazing receivers out there, you know. But then you look at the Ravens. My pick, of course, is Lamar Jackson. I'm wearing his jersey right now. In fact, yeah, of course, it's Lamar Jackson. You thought? Did you think I was going to change my pick? Like, I had you on the first half, you know? But nah, it's Lamar Jackson, bro. Jared Goff, I don't know what the hell he's doing on here. I know he had like 1,000-yard, 2 1,000-yard receivers and 2 1,000-yard running backs. But that's, you know, Ben Johnson's play call, and we spoke about Ben before. Again, system. You could probably put anyone there, bro, and he can do the job. You put anyone in it with the Bengals, with T. Higgins and all of them weapons, probably do the job. Look at the Ravens receiving core, bro. I know that I'm like talking down the Ravens players when they are great, but still, the ability that Lamar has with his legs, with his arm. This is a man who was called a running back for years. They tried to make him play receiver when he came into the league, and he's like, fuck that, I'm a quarterback. And let me show you this year, his skills to just improvise, make a play out of nothing. You know, there was a clip recently that went viral against the Steelers. It was Harbaugh on the sideline, and he's like, Lamar, throw it away. And then Lamar extends the play, gets it to Justice Hill for a touchdown. And it's like, bro, the guy is incredible, the stuff he can do. I don't think anyone in the league rivals his improvisation skills apart from Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. And we're talking about 2 of the greatest quarterbacks in the league right now to make plays happen. Josh, great year for Josh Allen. You know, that's probably who the top 2 is going to be in the vote. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. But for me, Lamar just edges it a little bit, if you will. I was waiting for that smile. Yeah, I'm going Lamar. And I think it's, like I said, first team All-Pro. Doesn't make sense that he wouldn't get it. Because why is he not second team then and Josh be first team? And who the hell voted for Jared Goff to be here, bro? Who invited my man? You know what I mean? Because even that, again, how's he MVP but he's not Offensive Player of the Year? And none of his 1,000-yard receivers are in the Offensive Player of the Year. That's what I was a bit surprised to see as well. No Lions players in there. Like, you've put Lamar in there, even though he's in the MVP, and Saquon and Joe Burrow. So the only people who aren't in the MVP race but are in the Offensive Player of the Year race is Derrick Henry, Jamar Chase. It would have been nice to see, like, if you're voted for MVP, you can't be in the others. Maybe give other people a chance to win. But then again, Saquon would never win it because it's mainly a quarterback award. So I get it. But I'm yapping now. So let me stop. I'm picking Lamar Jackson, and that's that. That's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
Austin 316.
Yeah, man. So that's going to bring an end to our NFL Honors votes. Tomorrow is going to be, well, as I'm recording this, I'm saying this as if it's NFL Honors right now, but NFL Honors is the day before the Super Bowl. It's going to be all of these nominees announced. Also, the Hall of Fame is getting announced. We forgot to discuss that. I forgot to send the boys the finalists and make some predictions there, but from what I remember, Marshall Yanda's on there, an old offensive lineman from the Ravens. I would like to see him get in there. Was T. Sizzle a finalist this year? Terrell Suggs? Or is he already in there? I can't remember who the finalists were. No, Steve Smith was on there. I know Steve Smith was on there for sure. I can't remember who else was a finalist though. Bro, somebody's been on there who's been on there for like 6 years and not got in. Who was it, Key? I was talking to you about him the other day.
Torrey Holt.
Torrey Holt. Bro, just put him in, bro. You know what I mean? Put me in, coach, like type shit, bro. 6 years as a finalist and not made it in there. What's he got to do? Come back and play another year or something? Like, but anyway, that's going to be interesting to see who wins these awards. Let us know in the comments below your thoughts and votes for the MVP. Any Bills fans watching this, I can't wait to hear your reason on why Josh Allen deserves it. But yeah, let us know in the comments below, and that's going to bring an end to our votes. I think we've got a little Super Bowl trivia quiz coming up to end off the show, and then that'll be us for the year.
Yeah. Got some trivia to get us excited for what more history is going to be made in the Super Bowls to come. So, let me just load these up real quick. I tried
Sure
to
thing.
tailor the questions a little bit. I feel like I've made them pretty difficult for both you guys though. So we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
Well, welcome
I'm gonna
to
ask-
Do You Know Ball? Round of applause from the live
Good.
studio audience, which we have right now all across the world. And yeah, let's get into it. Q has got some questions for us to test our Super Bowl knowledge. I'm not going to lie, probably not going to go too well. Probably going to be a lot of guessing going on. And we're probably going to get exposed as not knowing ball. But that's the whole point of Do You Know Ball? It's to test whether you know ball. Q, take it away.
All right. So I'm going to start with the same question I tested you guys on. I'm going to need a different answer. So,
Should have Googled it.
so Crab, from you, I'm going to need you to name me a team that's never been to the Super Bowl. Or a team that's never won the Super Bowl.
Team that's never won the Super Bowl. Trying to think of. The way I'm thinking is, I'm thinking of great QBs that have never won it.
Yeah, surely there's a timer on this. He's Googling. I can see it.
Yeah.
Saints.
I can see the reflection in his contact lenses. He's Googling this.
Saints. I have my
Uh,
hands right here.
The Saints have been to a Super Bowl. So
They've won. They've
did
won
they win
one.
it?
Yeah.
Did you say
Yeah.
they win it? Ah, you bitch.
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees, brother.
Yes, yeah, I was.
Drew Brees and them?
Yeah, shit. I didn't even think of Drew Brees.
All right. So Nameless, your question. I need another team that has never been to the Super Bowl.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
That is a correct answer.
Duval.
Duval. You think Liam Cohen's gonna take him there?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's gonna take them to 2-17 again, or 2-15, like I said before. But nah, hey,
All right.
I'm not convinced with Trevor Lawrence. Just on that topic, I'm not convinced with Trevor Lawrence. I'm not gonna lie, but with that boy Brian Thomas, anything's possible. Or they could end up like the Arizona Cardinals, where you have Larry Fitz and he's a Hall of Fame receiver, but never wins nothing.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely got a lot of his career left, so we'll keep an eye on it for sure. Moving on to the second question for both of you guys. Crab, your 49ers are one of a few teams to win back-to-back Super Bowls. Do you know what Super Bowls those are?
Oh, numbers. Sugar butties. Oh,
It's a number between 1 and 59. There's a hint for you.
Oh, you just want? I thought you meant the years. You just want the number of the Super Bowl.
Just the number of the
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
I mean, that doesn't help me. I still don't know, but he's the Niners fan, so.
Is there a time limit? Because I'm trying to like count back. I'm trying to.
I mean,
I'm trying to.
Unless you want to edit the videos.
I'm trying to give you some time, but I do need an answer.
What Super Bowl is it? 59. So
It's 59 right now.
39 would have been 2005. Christ.
I'm going to give you 10 seconds.
Oh, I'm just gonna guess like 16, 17.
16, 17. I was actually looking for 23 and 24.
That's a tough question.
It was
Yeah.
so hard. The worst part is like being like, oh yeah, 2025 is 59, so 2005 is 39, and then yeah.
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 I'm scared for my next
Alright.
question, though.
Oh, you got the same one, buddy. It's about your Cowboys. Your
Oh,
Cowboys are another team that
Oh.
won back-to-back Super Bowls. Which Super Bowls were they?
You want the... I feel like I could give you the year, but I don't know the number.
that's the
I'm
worst
looking.
part.
I'm looking for the number.
Okay. So you said 05 was 39. So that means 95 was 29. So I'm gonna go. Wait, what did you just say the Niners won? 23-4? Can I have that
Right.
information? 23-4, damn. So that would have been 93-94. Is that right? Can I have help from the studio audience, or is that not a? Do we have no lifelines? I want to say it was. Was it 2 back to back? You said, yeah. Okay, obviously, because there's never been a three-peat. I want to say it was 91 and 92 the years, but I don't know what number the Super Bowl is. Or it was 89-90. So
I'm looking for a number specific, unfortunately.
all right. Well,
So if 95 was 29, 28,
No, it wasn't-
27, 26, 25.
I'm gonna go 21 and 22.
That is incorrect. I'm looking for 27 and 28.
Oh, it was after? I thought it was before. Did
No.
you not win it in 92?
Well, I'm talking about back-to-back Super Bowls.
Oh, damn.
We both stink.
As far as I'm aware, one team's done it twice, but I don't think it was the Cowboys or the Niners. All right, so moving on here.
Wait, hold on. I've just Googled it, and it was 1993, 1994 was the years, like the real life years. So I was very close. I thought it was 92, 93, because I think they went in 92 and lost.
Something like
Maybe,
that. Yeah.
because 92 was when they had the best defense, and the Emmitt Smith was the leading rusher. You know, Key didn't know Emmitt Smith was a Cowboy, and I reference him all the time because I say about ill will. When I kill Will, should I give him the Smith like Emmett, or Emmett till Will? It's Don
Next
DeMarco.
question.
Marco.
Yeah, next
Don
question.
DeMarco.
I'm losing it here. All right, so what are we at right now? We got 1 point for Nameless and
Yeah,
0 for
0.
Crab. All right, come on, you got to get on the board with this one, man. Who threw the touchdown pass during the Philly special?
Oh.
That's a good question. That's a damn good question.
I don't even know.
You don't know? Any guess?
Trying to
I'm gonna
think of
give you-
Eagles receivers.
I'm going to give you 10 seconds.
No idea.
Nothing.
I can't even think of the names.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it wasn't a receiver, but it was a tight end by the name of Trey Burton. Trey Burton, they hand it to Corey Clement, pitch it back to Trey Burton. Trey Burton throws it to Nick Foles for the touchdown.
I would not have got that one. I knew it was a tight end who did it because I can picture the play like literally happening in my head, but I never remember the name.
Yeah. I feel like I made this too hard, but I think I got one pretty easy answer that can win it at the end here. So, Nameless, your question. We all know about David Tyree's helmet catch, but who caught the game-winning touchdown to end the Patriots' perfect season?
To end, lad, zero clue. Can I have a clue?
Zero clue.
I don't even know about the helmet catch. I don't think.
You know,
What year
brother
was
doesn't
this?
know the helmet catch? This was 2007. This is one of the most famous Super Bowls of all time.
Eli.
Arguably the greatest, people say.
So I'm looking for a 2007 Giants receiver. I'm going to pick Odell Beckham Sr.
Close, man. It was Plaxico Burress.
Oh, I would never have got that in my life. I've never heard
I
that
didn't
name
even know
before.
that was the real name.
Yeah. You say
That sounds like a toothpaste.
you say Plaxico Burrow? Like what? Is that Joe Burrows?
Plaxico Burress.
I'm
sounds
smoking
like
on
T.
Burris. Like no,
Bros.
I'm nah.
Scott's shooting himself. He's shooting himself in the foot here. Can't get a lead.
I know.
And
The last question for me is, what is Brock's last name?
From Pokemon,
know.
I don't even know that.
Yeah.
Does Brock from Pokemon even
Brock-
have a last name?
is it Brock Pretty? Fuck. All right, no. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
no. The 07 Super Bowl was, I think, before my time.
all right. So before your time, another one of these is before your time too.
Oh, great! Can't wait.
So, Crab, your question I got is who caught the most recent touchdown in the Super Bowl?
in the Super Bowl. Oh, I hate you so much, Q. It was the touchdown that won the Chiefs the game in
Yeah,
overtime.
you should know it.
Oh God. I'm between a couple players here now. Shit.
Who are you between?
I'm between. So it was a receiver. I'm sure. I'm between Worthy and Rasheed Rice. I swear it was. I swear it's not even either of them, is it? It's not. It's neither of them.
Let me tell you, Worthy is a rookie this year.
Okay. Ah, I just remember just switching it off after that.
All right. I think time's up on that one. You got one last answer, one last gasp, or no?
No,
Nothing.
but
It
you're gonna
was.
say something, and I'll be like, yeah, it's fucking.
I'm gonna watch you run off the stage as I say the name Mecole Hardman. It was him.
I can picture Hardman on the back of his. Oh God.
All right, so going from the most recent touchdown to the oldest.
Who's the first ever touchdown scorer in Super Bowl one?
Yep,
Is that the question?
I went there. Yep.
This is payback for what I did to you, bro, with the oldest stadium. Oh
Yeah,
man.
I wasn't asking 1920s. This is 1960s.
Oh, that makes it better. It was still black and white though. You know what I mean?
We got color footage.
Was it
Yeah,
CD
right. But we don't have footage of the 100-point game from
yeah,
Iman,
Will Chamberlain.
from Wilt. Can you give me a clue on who it was between, like the teams?
It was the Packers and the Chiefs
In the 60s?
in the 60s.
I have nowhere to go. So I'm going to go with... I'm trying to think of a Packers receiver that's like a legend on Madden. But I don't even...
I'm doing the same.
But I don't even... Is it Green? You had a receiver called Green, I swear? No?
It was not.
Well, that's my
You
guess.
want the answer?
Go on.
Yeah. It was Max McGee. He is very famous for not thinking he was going to play, and he got extremely hungover and went out to party the night before. And then some guy got injured. He had to go in, and you can look up the video. The very first touchdown catch in the Super Bowl is a one-handed, almost behind-the-back snag. As he's running, he runs before the ball gets there. So he's running, reaches back to grab it, and that's the first ever touchdown in Super Bowl history.
So you're telling me the key to playing ball is getting drunk the night before?
Yep. So make those.
I'll have to write that one down. That's a tough question.
Get a little Henny before you make those bets on the Super Bowl.
Yo, Max McGee's a made up name. I'm not even having that he's real, bro. The footage not real. Like.
All right, these ones should be a little bit easier, I hope. So Crab, which two teams have won the most Super Bowls?
The Patriots and I actually seen this before as well because I've seen a thing and it was like Brady's won 7 on his own. Is it? I know the Chiefs are tied with 4 or something along those lines. It's got to be the Pats.
I really want you to get this, man.
Is it still 1-0 to me?
Yep.
And there's like 5 questions been. Is Pats one of them? The Pats are definitely one of them.
The Pats are one of them.
Cowboys.
It is not the Cowboys, unfortunately. I was looking for the Steelers.
Oh, God,
Steelers and Patriots are tied. Nameless, your question is which two teams have the most Super Bowl losses? These two teams are also tied.
Oh. Can you tell me how many losses they're tied on?
5.
5. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go I'm thinking old school. I'm trying to think who was good back in the day, who's got there and lost, because recently I feel like it's been different people. So I'm gonna say I've got 3 teams in mind that I want to go with. I want to say the Bears for one of them. Is that true? Or am I wrong with that?
Let me hear the teams that you got.
That's cheating.
I want to say the Bears. I want to say the 49ers. I want to say the Cowboys. I also low-key want to say the Eagles. I might just name all 30 teams.
Yeah, and you might get the 2 that you need last because it's the Broncos and it's the Patriots again.
Oh, Patriots, yeah.
I was going to say Patriots. Yeah, I thought it'd be Patriots.
I wouldn't have said that.
All right. So, looks like I made this a little too difficult for the boys.
I was just trying to think back in the day, the Cowboys were dope, and then so they might have got there and lost a few times, and same with the Niners. But I always think the Bears were good back in the day because I feel like on Madden, there's so many Bears legends that are in black and white and don't wear gloves in games. So I'm like, yo, back in like the 40s, whenever that was, they must have been dope. But I guess that's before the Super Bowl again. Never mind.
Yeah.
I always forget the Super Bowl started like last week.
You want me to throw in one more for 2 points just to get something else here?
As long as you don't throw it to Mark Andrews.
Get on the board.
All right. Yeah. No, it's not going to Mark Andrews. It's going to you guys. So everybody knows the 28-3 Super Bowl, but what was the final score of that game? First person to get it gets the points.
Which 28-3 Super Bowl?
Yeah. What was the final score of that game?
30-28. Oh.
31-28.
Nope.
So wait, so was it? So who was the 23-8? The 28-3. Sorry.
That was Patriots Falcons.
Falcons. Okay. 34-28.
Wait, is it?
He's done it.
I was about to say it because it was an overtime touchdown.
28.
It was overtime touchdown, so they didn't score the PAT, right?
Yep. That was
Fuck's sake! I was trying to do the maths.
Overtime.
No way.
Super Bowl.
No way. Because I was literally rewatching that game the other day as well.
He's come back and taken it.
No way.
Snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. Ending the year on a high note.
No pun intended, but I'm smelling defeat in the air.
Well, congratulations, Key. Enjoy your money. I hope you spend it on getting some lessons in grace and decorum.
Hope the people in the comments did better than you guys because I felt bad after the first couple questions.
Bro, I'll be so real. Like, I don't know jack shit, bro, about like past Super Bowls apart from like the last like 5 years. And even then, I like because every time the Super Bowl's on, I go to me mate's house, we get drunk, order pizza, and then that's it. So, bro, I don't even for real be noticing. You should have asked me about halftime shows. I might have got questions on that.
Yeah.
Halftime shows.
Who's the halftime show this year for Super Bowl
halftime
59? Oh, in the 60s, probably fucking Elvis, bro. I don't know.
Otis Redding. No, listen. I don't actually know who it was.
Was there even trick question? There wasn't one in the first one because it wasn't on TV.
I think they just had some cheerleaders out there, bro.
That Otis Redding. It makes it easier. What a guy.
And now I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
He's in the Discord call.
Mr. Redding thought he was dead.
Yeah.
Well, successful quiz there. Yeah. Just like the last one.
I was gonna say on that beautiful singing note, it might be time to hang it up for the season.
I think so. I wonder what you're doing there. You eating the dub, Jameis? Well, final remarks. Thank the Lord that He's blessed us to play in some snow. And yeah, man, yo, it's been a good season, man. It's been a good season for content. I've really enjoyed these videos, you know, and making our picks. And also the little bonus stuff. I wanted to make it more like a show, so it wasn't just like us making picks on games. There was segments that you could look forward to each episode, like Do You Know Ball? Like, what's some other segments we've done? Pick six. My favorite one, which we didn't hit this year. Hopefully next year we can hit one of those. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to next season. I think we went 4-2.
We won off and it was you.
15-1. Nameless and I went 15-1.
Oh, 15-1, but for the pick six though, I think.
What was the pick sixes? Yeah, wasn't it? Didn't you get it was one of your players.
No, it was 4-2. You both had 2, and I had 2 wrong. I think it was when I went to 2 tight ends. because I went Zach
Yeah.
Ertz and Isaiah Likely, and they didn't hit. But
I think I went 4-2 my first week, and that was the best I ever did.
yeah, I mean, that was fun, man. I'm looking forward to next season, more content. Like I say, actually, I'm rounding off like this is the end of the season. I don't know which order the videos are going up in yet, whether this one will be first or the Super Bowl predictions first, whichever order it is. Make sure you check out the videos. Also, stay tuned for our top 10 lists. Some really good debates going on in those top 10 videos about top 10 quarterbacks, receivers, and running backs of the year. We might even throw in a little defense video, top 10 defenders, but I feel like that'll be too hard to do. With just how varied the defensive side of the ball is, you know, like comparing a cornerback to a D lineman is like comparing Messi to Ronaldo type shit, you know. With that being said, Mo Salah for Ballon d'Or, Lamar Jackson for MVP, and that's me for the season. Anything to add, boys?
No, it's
Vote
just been a
Qusic.
pleasure.
Vote Qusic for top edge yet. That's what I
That's not
say.
even an award. You should have said Ed Rusher, but I mean that's not even an award either. But
Game's the game.
Q.
Edger, I hardly know her.
On that note, though, I think we should sign off. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibes, and we'll catch us next time. Take it easy. Personal foul, offside, or false start, I should say. Bro moved too early on the salute, but it is what it is. In a bit, the people, man. Oh,
Go and eat me Nando's.
you was go and eat it, bro. I saw you munching.
I had a little tiny bit.
Munch, crunchy face like I couldn't see you,
That's
bro.
so much right now. I'm starving. I'm shaking. I'm trying my best not to shake, but I'm tweaking right now.
You're tweaking.
You must not know I'm geeking.
I'm a swerve in the corner. Whoa. I don't know the lyrics, but I know he says he's tweaking.
Bitch, hold on tight, cause I'm tweaking this bitch. I'll let this shit go.
There we go. This guy knows the lyrics. Jello's #1 fan.
See, I'm not racist. I picked shit, I picked a white guy.
You
for
picked Joe
MVP.
Burrow. You picked Joe Burrow. He's not beating the allegations.
I picked Saquon. I picked Saquon. I picked Patrick.
I'm going to cut those ones out and just leave in where you pick Cooper DeJean, Joe Burrow. Oh, that's class.
Just change it to me saying, I'll go right now. JJ Watt.
TJ.
Or TJ Watt.
I'll go back. I'll go back to that old video and get you saying Kirk Cousins and clip that in.
Yeah.
Offensive player of the year, I'm going Kirk Cousins.
I was gonna say you need. I forgot to mention it, but you need to put that my prediction in once we get to this talking about the Super Bowl, with the Eagles making it all the way there.
Oh shit, yeah.
I was gonna mention that. I completely fucking forgot.
Well, it looks like you know ball, unlike some.
You know ball. 2-1.
Yeah. What can
That's
we
sad.
say?
There was like 8 questions each, and it was 2-1.
I mean, that was only because it was a 2-point conversion too, and you caught it, unlike Mark Andrews. I thought that might have got a. That was a tough joke to bring up. That I should have got a point just for that. You know, self-deprecating humor and stuff. But
My other one, I don't think you guys would have been able to get it either.
go on, hit me with
But
it to try and win, make a fourth quarter comeback like Brady.
All right,
It's best to say.
No, because this is my comeback question. Fuck out of here, boy.
bro, first person to say it. If either of you guys know it, then you win.
All right, go on.
It's gonna say
Marcus Allen.
before Tom. Correct. Now, before Tom Brady, who had the most Super Bowl rings with 5? And hint, he was a defensive end for both your guys' teams.
Fuck.
Dion. No, listen.
Charles Haley. No, he played for the.
Yes.
Yeah, Charles
Yes.
Haley. Yeah, I was thinking
Charles
Ravens first of all, but let's go. You see, okay. Now what's the
Oh, wait.
score? Now what's the score? 2-2.
Well, the video's
2-2.
ended.
Fuck out of here, boy. This is post-credit scene. Marvel type shit, bro.
Episode's ended.
Stay in your seats. Post-credit scenes. You know what I mean?
Episode over.
Fine, I'll do
Yeah,
it myself.
We're tied up now, and we'll see you guys in the next season.
Perfect transition. We'll catch us next season for the tiebreaker. Dope. Fuck out of here, boy. I just told this guy to watch some Charles Haley highlights as well the other day. That's so like crazy that came up.
Megatron.
I know, but I literally tell you in work, yo, you need to check Charles Haley highlights, bro. He's a dog. When you said both your teams, I straight away thought of Ravens, because obviously I had the jersey on, and then it clocked. The boy Charles.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah. You should have specified which team. because someone has
I
two.
mean, I was talking to both of you guys. Yeah, he's a 5-time Super Bowl champion for the Falcons and Ravens.
Oh yeah, true that. Falcons will be there next year though. Michael Penix in the Super Bowl.
Falcons, Ravens next year.
Yeah,
Who would you root for?
obviously,
Who would I root
obviously
for?
the Ravens. I only
Yeah,
fuck
it's
with
gotta
Michael
be Ravens.
Penix. You think I fuck with Kyle Pitts and them? Pit stop, fuck out of here, boy.
Yeah,
Like
big
go and
Diego.
go and catch a pass.
Pit stop's a hard name though.
Pit stop's a hard name, but bro needs to decide whether he wants to be a tight end or work on cars, bro. Because
He's pit stopping the drives.
yeah,
Just handing
exactly.
the ball off to the defender.
Oh, Michael Penix, what you want a good rookie record? Here's an interception on your record. Fuck out of here, Kyle Pitts, bum ass motherfucker. Drake London's a dog though. I fuck with him. Who else they got over there? Oh, Bijan Robinson. Yeah, that's my boy as well. That other back's not bad either. Aguilar, whatever his name is. I can't. Algier, yeah. I can never pronounce that shit, but Thunder and Lightning, they call them. Yo, hard. But yeah. How long was that, I wonder?